Hey friends, today is a really good day. Guys, we finally got our hands on some Saddleback leather company briefcase. So friends, we're gonna be going through this thing. This is their thin briefcase. It has the 2 pockets up front. And let me tell you, one of the cool things about this company, right on their website, they say your kids or whoever are going to fight over this when you're gone. So friends, I can tell you right offhand, getting this thing, looking at it, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the case for my bag here. So these things are overbuilt, and guys, there's just so much to talk about, so much packed in here, so much about the company and all that. I wanna let you know right off the gate, the Saddleback Leather did send this out to me for review. As you guys know, that's gonna help me to get more videos out to you guys, but I didn't sign any contracts. I don't do anything like that. So you're getting a full-on review. But in that, I just want to let you guys know that these days I'm not working with too many companies that I don't really have a huge interest in, or something that has a really good backing behind it, because I don't want to waste y'all's time. I don't want to waste the company's time or my time. So I'm pretty much just working with companies that have a really good backing to them. So friends, you know as well as I do that as gentlemen, we go out and we work really hard, and we're trading that time with our family, with our wives, with our kids for that good hard-earned money, and we want to make sure we're spending that in a good place. So friends, I don't want to put out junk on this channel. I want to show you guys stuff that's long-lasting, that's good quality, and has companies that have ethics behind them. So friends, Saddleback Leather Company checks all those boxes. I was so thankful that we got to work with them, and so excited to show y'all this bag. So friends, when you head over to the website, again, I'm gonna have a link in the description. Make sure and click that. It's gonna be a huge help to me. It's an affiliate link. It's not gonna cost you any extra. It's just gonna help me on this channel keep putting out videos like this. When you head over to their website, you're gonna see a huge collection of bags, accessories, whether you need like a to-go bag or a briefcase. They have a cool line, lots of good women's purses and stuff like that, all the way down to belts and leather wallets and all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure and head over there, and you're gonna see all that they have to offer. But friends, today we're going to be kind of covering the nuts and bolts of this bag right here. Now, if you've been around the channel a while, we wanted to say thank you for coming back for another video. We love engaging with you guys in the comments section. So again, just a huge thank you for coming back for another video. My name is Charles, and this is the Gentleman's Journey. Guys, we talk about a lot of guy related stuff, plenty of men's boots, leather goods, any kind of EDC stuff. We have a bunch of fun over here, so consider subscribing where you can get more stuff like this. Now friends, if you've been in the market for any kind of briefcase or bag, I'm sure that you've came across this name. So it's pretty much becoming a staple in a lot of gentlemen's closets, a lot of their collection. You know, you'll see them taking it to the office, taking it to the Amazon, taking it on all kinds of adventures up in Alaska. These bags are getting around, and so there's a lot of really good videos out on this, and I wanted to take my stab at it and just make sure you guys are aware of everything that they have to offer. I've seen a bunch of different videos on some of their bags, and I haven't seen too many on this one. So friends, this is gonna tick so many boxes for me. It's really a lot closer to what I've been carrying. Now, I have one of those nylon kind of black bags. Over the last several years, I've gone through so many of them. I already think of, like, I've had just 2 or 3 in the last couple years. I have a home computer, I have a kind of a work bag, so I have all kinds of stuff, and it just falls apart every couple years. The zippers break, and so on these bags, you're gonna see all those components on a regular bag that go out, that wear out, that break. They just don't have any of that in here. So not only is it meant to last forever, but it's backed by a 100-year guarantee. So make sure and check the website. You'll see all the details on that. But you know, like they said, you have a bag that your kids are gonna fight over. You know, they're gonna be checking the wheel to see who got the bag. But with a statement like that, you're gonna make sure to have the bones to back it up. Now, don't forget, this is one of the most kind of copycatted bags out there. So you see a lot of knockoffs, you see a lot of cheap stuff. So make sure and use my link or head over to their website, because you don't want to end up spending good money on a knockoff. And you know, if you've developed some kind of product where a bunch of folks are trying to recreate it, trying to knock off your product, you know you're doing something right. And so as we go through the bones of this thing, you'll just learn and see kind of the materials they use and why it's essentially unmatched in their realm in the market today. So as I mentioned before, you might be coming here because you're interested in one of these bags. Maybe you're a wife of a guy who's about to celebrate some big accomplishment and you want to get him kind of a celebratory bag. That's often what you see these for. You know, maybe you've graduated law school, or maybe you've had some big birthday or wedding anniversary gift, or some kind of major accomplishment at work. You know, it's typically when guys get a bag like this because the price range, so it's up there a bit. But let me tell you, friends, what if instead of you being like me for the past 15 years or so, going through bag after bag of those cheap nylon, I've had Dell computer bags and stuff, why not start out the gate with that 100-year warranty and just watch this thing age and watch it become your bag and all the stories that it can tell. So again, if you're thinking about something for your husband or some kind of gift, I mean, you can't beat this. This dude is going to be drooling over this bag, and the smell of this leather, you know, takes you back to all the Western wear stores as a kid or something. But honestly, an incredible gift. If you guys are thinking about something like that, you'll blow their socks away. But friends, I want to open this up and kind of start showing you why I chose this bag. Now there's so many, like I said, on the website, you just go through them and there's so many options. I really don't think until you're maybe, you know, 3 months in or something, you really start knowing, you know, what you want or don't want, or what's working good or not good. And they have such a huge selection. Hopefully you're like me and you've tried a couple cheap ones, so you kind of know what you have to have and what you don't need in a bag, and you can go from there. But just quickly, you know, it has the flap over with a buckle, and then you have these two front pockets. Right here's what they kind of call like a pocket. You can stick a pins or something in there. It doesn't have anything down the outer sides, but then on the inside it has a little bit of a pocket on each side. Has a sleeve back here for a notebook or paper. Right down the middle is where I'm going to be sticking my laptop. I have a MacBook Pro. It's 14 inches. This is 15 inches wide, so it's really good for that. And then the bottom is a bit of a hidden flap, a little piece of leather that you can put maybe some cash or something in the bottom. But you'll see as we start talking about the materials just how well built this thing is. You'll see all kinds of metal, you know, D-rings and loops, and you're going to start wondering what all that's for, and we're going to get into that as well. Across the back here is another pocket there. You can stick a map in there, or you can stick, you know, whatever you want. See, it's already scratching from this table, and I just can't wait to see how it ages and patinas. I try to do these videos when stuff is brand new so you guys can see it right out the gate. But something like this color is meant to take on all that wear and tear and age. And so then you have a big shoulder strap. Now guys, this shoulder strap is really unique in that it becomes a backpack. And so see this loop here, you can clip it on these bottom two and then loop one in through here, and now you have a backpack. Or you have the shoulder, regular over the shoulder sling. And so this guy here is going to be really awesome to see how I end up using that. I'm most used to slinging it over my shoulder, so I think that's going to be my everyday carry setup, but we'll see. So friends, again, I wanted this for my laptop. In the front here, you know, I might put my charger, and then I have like a 1 terabyte hard drive that I might stick down the other one. And something to note, that this isn't like, I guess what you'd say, just a pocket, but it's a pouch behind there too. So you have a pocket that closes up secure, and you have a pouch. You could stick a pack of gum in there, whatever you need. All kinds of different configurations. But again, I usually carry around some documents with me. I usually have my computer and my charger and my hard drive. Man, you might have your passport and stuff with you if you're traveling. Of course, if you're going on a flight, you could have your carry-on luggage, and then this could be your personal item. So you could have your computer and maybe a set of pants or even a shirt or a jacket in there, and then whatever else you got in your regular bag. So friends, lots to talk about here as we start to get into kind of the construction of this bag. First thing you'll notice, of course, is the leather. Now friends, I got the tobacco, and then they have the dark coffee, and then that's kind of a dark brown, and then they have the chestnut, which has kind of some red tones in it. Now friends, I started off looking at all the colors, looking at some of the bag options. I was showing my wife this and that. I was settled on one, and then I switched the color or something. She said I was as dramatic as she might be with makeup. Now, as embarrassed as I am to admit that, friends, honestly, I had a lot of fun looking at that website. I really chose this because it's gonna age well, it's gonna patina well. It's hard to imagine it ever looking better. A lot of guys say they like theirs more after a year, so I just think, how could it ever end up looking more better than it is now? But again, watching different videos and seeing some of their leather, seeing how it ages and stuff, it really does. It's just a fun thing. You know, we're gonna get into that a little bit later about the stewardship and stuff like that of having a bag like this, and I guess a little bit of the responsibilities, but there's just something really fun. So guys, this is really good leather. They don't give us a ton of information about it. A lot of it is proprietary. They do say that all the leather comes from cattle in North America that, you know, were beef cattle and used essentially for beef and ultimately for their hides. But other from that, of course, it's a full grain leather and it's super thick. So right off the gate, this is really thick leather, and that's something you could notice right away from a knockoff. No matter how hard they try, they're not gonna bother with that thick leather because it's gonna take away from some of their profits. Here's a little keychain in there, but on the inside, you're gonna see it lined with pig leather. So that is something that's really neat. I like what they said on the website. You could get the cheesy map, you know, with a fabric lining that's gonna tear out, but they wanted to do something really tough. So they actually have pigskin leather, and you'll see it even on the handle here. You'll see it anywhere you can see the back of the leather exposed. So the tobacco and then pigskin. Only thing we know about the tobacco is that it is a waxed based dye rather than an oil based dye. So apparently the tobacco is a little bit heavier than the other colors. Kind of interesting, but just phenomenal leather. You've not seen a comment about anybody complaining about the leather, at least from anybody serious about leather in any way. So if you guys have checked back the channel, we've done a lot of leather on this channel, and I can tell you, just boots on the ground here looking at it, it's phenomenal. And then we'll get into the hardware. So friends, they use stainless steel hardware here. They have some copper rivets, and then the stitching here is UV resistant nylon. It's like marine grade stitching, so you don't want to take a really good leather and then put some cheap stitching in there. And then they have like 5 stitches per inch or something, so it's not really small, because the smaller you go with the stitching, the shorter distance together, that's the more that you can tear through the leather just by having so many holes. So they keep fewer holes, 5 per inch, so that it won't be tearing through. Again, all this stuff is guaranteed and whatnot, but everything is within reason, right? So you would work with them on any type of returns or defects or something like that. You know, of course, you're not going to be coming at them with any kind of concerns with natural things that happen, because this obviously was a cow out in a field, so you might get scuffs, and all that's the kind of stuff that I feel like we're looking for. That's why you buy leather, especially genuine, you know, real leather here. You're not getting something that's been dyed all funky and taken out some of the natural things of the leather. So really just stainless steel hardware, really good stitching, lined with that pigskin leather. Guys, he even has a bar going across here for that handle, so it's just absorbing, even for that backpack piece. It's just distributing all that weight. And we talked about some of the D-rings and whatnot, how you can make it as a backpack. So a lot going on there, and I'll make sure and answer any questions you guys have along the way. So friends, this company was founded by Dave Munson. He's still running it today, although they've grown to have a huge staff, and now he has a CEO and stuff like that. But friends, do yourself a favor, head over to the website with that link and check out his story. So he's gonna go through some of his history. You know, it's quite amazing that this company actually exists and that I'm looking at this bag today. Some of the places he's been, some of the stories he has to tell is just amazing. I sure hope that some way, somehow, we can meet up with Dave in the future, get him on the channel, and we can sit down with him and record that for y'all. But just an amazing company. So they do all the manufacturing out of Leon, Mexico. You're seeing boot companies and all that. It's just a huge production area in Mexico. They obviously have a great relationship with all the manufacturers and stuff like that, but they're based out of Texas, so they're in Fort Worth, and then Azle or something like that is where they're headquartered, where you can actually go and see some of the bags if you want to in the store. So you can head over to Texas if you want to, but obviously when you're shopping online, they have a great ease of website, and they take whatever form of payment you need and stuff like that. So easy to order, and then it ships out right away. But friends, awesome company, really fun backstory, and some of the stuff they're into I really dig. So they've actually branched out and started another company, kind of what they call a sister company, that does some really neat stuff. So that company is called Love 41. It was made by his wife, so I think he's focusing on this and his wife's taking on that. Love 41, they help widows, orphans, and ex-prisoners, but they're sending the funds to the right people that know how to help in the right ways. So they're not necessarily getting in there and just being busybodies, but they've connected with the right people, and they're seeing some amazing progress through that. And so you guys can learn more on the website. Just click over to Love 41. But in that, guys, this bag kind of got me off on this whole tangent of a little bit of what the gentleman's journey is all about. So a lot of you guys know, and some of you get tired of me talking about it, but I'm a Christian pastor and I go on about the Lord and my walk of faith. But let me just tell you a little bit about stewardship. So having a bag like this and how to care for it and stuff, I think rather than going out to Walmart and buying a new bag every year, every September you go out and buy a brand new bag, this teaches you about stewardship, and it helps us understand where God has us on the hierarchy. So obviously he's put us here to be stewards. We're stewarding over the lands, over the animals and stuff. So I love that, this company's focused on giving back and doing the right thing, and having a 100-year guarantee. I mean, what kind of company can say that? As you start to watch your bag grow and age, and every few months you clean it, condition it, and stuff like that, and you take care of it, I think that just levels us back out and helps us remember kind of our standing before the Lord, and that we should honor things and steward them and not just be all about consumerism. So that's a little bit about what we're at on here on the channel, and I think that's what Saddleback is all about. So obviously that was a really neat collaboration that we're doing with these guys. So friends, I want to talk a little bit about some of the bags that I didn't choose. Now there's so many bags on the website, and honestly I want them all, but you got to pace yourself. So what I was looking at was something to replace what I've been using, and I already talked to you guys about how I'm going to use it. So the other one that's really popular is their flight bag. Now that one has kind of a cool top, the way it opens and stuff like that. It flaps open and it's pretty big. So I would use that if I was out traveling a lot. I could put a whole bunch of gear in there. But what I needed was essentially a computer bag. So friends, they have, I have a 14-inch laptop. This will hold like a 15, but they have bigger bags. Say you carry around a 17-inch laptop or something like that. I used to. I've had all different sizes laptops and stuff. They have a bigger kind of laptop bag for that, or you can look into that flight bag. One that was really catching my eye for a minute was this low profile 14er bag. Now that one is pretty cool. You're going to take off these pockets and it's going to be more of a slim profile. I think if you just need kind of a simple cut to the chase bag, that's another good option to consider. And then they have the slim leather briefcase. Now it looked a lot like this bag, but stripped the two front pockets off and put kind of one sleeve on the front. And the inner looked about the same too. You got this back little pocket here, and I'll be putting my laptop in the middle. Honestly, they have some of the same color options and stuff, but again, instead of the two front pockets, they have one kind of slender one. They call that the slim. This is slim too, so they got different thicknesses and stuff like that. I'm not going to get bogged down with all the different measurements, because I know you guys are going to spend your own time thinking about your computer or thinking about what kind of bag you need, and you'll compare the measurements. But I thought that was pretty interesting. So I was kind of tied between this and that other slim one without the front pockets, but this is that quintessential look for me, so that's kind of where I went for that direction. And then lastly, they have this weatherproof canvas bag. Now it looks a lot like this. It has two front pockets. It's canvas and then it's trimmed out with some leather. I think they're sourcing their canvas over in Scotland or something. So pretty neat how they get around to all these different countries and source the materials and stuff. But that one is a pretty neat style too. I think they said something about the inside being able to flip out so you can clean it if you dump something in your bag on accident. So that was kind of interesting. I've always been a guy who, you know, canvas does it for me. So I'm so stoked that I got this. But there's something, it's like you're always thinking about all that. If you guys check back a video I did with Frank's boots, I have some canvas boots from them, and so I think that's a very good style for gentlemen to have. Very, you know, a mature look, if you will. And speaking of that, you know, they were even talking on the website about the different colors. They kind of break it down under the facts site as to kind of why one guy would buy this color instead of the chestnut, instead of yada yada. So that's kind of fun. Obviously there's some general stereotypes going on there, but I guess what color bag you buy says a little bit about you. So I'll leave it there, friends. With all the different comparisons, there's just so many to look through on the website, but I think they nailed it with this bag. Let me know what you guys think. You know, what kind of laptop are you carrying? What are you gonna be putting in there? Maybe you're on the construction site and you need different graphs and stuff like that. Maybe you got a work computer. I don't know if you're traveling or something, kind of what bag that you're thinking about. If you have Saddleback leather, let me know which bag you guys went with. I would be keen on knowing what you like about it, what you kind of wish it had. I know that's going to be the case with everything. You know, we talk about what's the right state to live in or what's the right truck to have, and you wish it just had a little different center console, or you had that truck from 1995 that had just the perfect comfortable seat, and you know, you get off on all these little things. But I'd love to know what y'all think specifically about this bag, and let me know what bag y'all have from them. This one right now is coming in at $5.99. Honestly, friends, I'll say all day long that I think it's worth more than that. Do I want them to raise the prices? No, but honestly, friends, comparable in the market and stuff, and how much I've spent on just bags alone over the years, I've spent $5.99 on bags. I can guarantee you that. I've personally spent that much, and I don't have any of those bags left today. And so, friends, you know, I hope that my kids would be fighting over this bag. I hope that, honestly, that it lasts into the next generation. And with that guarantee, and myself being into boots and all the leather this long, I've done some leather work myself, and just seeing all the materials and the thought process and where some of the proceeds from this company goes to, guys, I swear this is good all day long by me. So let me know if I can answer any questions for you guys. Saddleback, thank you so much for partnering with us. Until the next video, friends, God bless. And hey, don't forget to give your boots or your leather bag some love from time to time.